Hey sup guys, today we're gonna share with you a list of fight scenes that we made up based on our preference. So be warned, spoilers alert. I'll start right away with my first pick, which is gonna be Haywire. I started to watch this movie and I was kind of unimpressed because I thought, okay, this is just another Hollywood type character, gorgeous woman and everything revolving around that.
No.
But then suddenly on the coffee shop scene, she starts to get beaten up and I'm like, oh, okay, this is different. Then suddenly she starts to kick major ass like a boss. And I was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And yeah, throughout the movie the fight scenes are amazing. The movie in itself, it's okay, it's not a big deal, but it's good, it's well made. I think it was Soderbergh who made it, right?
Yeah, he has an history of doing movies that aren't that memorable, but the technical aspects of them are quite impressive. I especially like the fact that the fight scenes don't have any music, so it's you can hear every punch, it's very dry. The fight scene with Michael Fassbender, I think it was a very well done fight, really interesting.
Yeah, I really like the movie, really refreshing. The fights were realistic, I love that. So yeah, I recommend it to you guys to watch. It's really good.
Yeah, me too. It's a thumbs up for me too. Alright, so my first pick is the staircase fight scene in the Thai movie The Protector. In this movie, the protagonist, played by Tony Jaa, enters a restaurant to get back his stolen elephant from the evil Madame Rose. So that's the setup. But what follows is a very fluid 4 minutes long fight scene with no cuts. Taking over a month to prepare, it took 5 takes to get it right. But I mean, you do have an emotional investment in the scene. But this pick is mostly for the impressive technical aspect of it.
Yeah, I agree. And if you didn't pick this one, I would pick it for this list. It's really amazing. Just for that scene, I think it's worth it. But the movie in itself is also good.
Absolutely.
Okay, for my next pick, I chose Flashpoint. The movie in itself is okay, it's well made, the concept and the script are a bit cliche, but nevertheless the fight scenes are amazing, and especially the last one. A mix between many fighting styles, martial arts like Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo, and a bit of UFC, and I think probably Krav Maga, but I'm not sure. The realism and the skill of the fighters to me is what made it really great. I loved it. And the last scene is amazing. You can see both fighters are really skillful. The shots are really well made, and it's really worth to see.
I've never watched this movie. I mean, I've just seen the fight scene, really. It's really good. But what did you mean by Krav Maga? Is that a fight?
Krav Maga is not a martial art. It's a fighting technique or fighting style created by the Israeli army.
Oh, okay. I think I know what it is. My next pick comes from South Korea and is also a quite well-known long-take fight scene. It's the all-way fight scene in Park Chan-wook's Old Boy. The main difference between this scene and the one in The Protector is the framing. Because in this scene the camera moves only to the right or the left. I mean, there's no up and down, forward or backward. And because of that, the character's movement take our full attention. And another thing that I really liked is that the protagonist doesn't slice through the bad guys like he was some sort of superhero.
Yeah.
He takes a beating and spends the whole way with a knife jammed in his back. That is one tough motherfucker.
I love that movie as well. It's one of the movies that is really good, not just because of the fight scenes, and I really recommend it. Alright, now I chose to include on this list Onk Back, the movies. The first and the second one are the best ones out of the three. The concept of the movie is dedicated to Thai culture, and I think that's why they didn't have so much success in Western countries as they did in Thailand. Because of these concepts, the movies didn't translate so well into Western civilization. But it's not a bad movie, it's good to watch. Other than that, the fight scenes were really good, a great demonstration of Muay Thai and some other martial arts from and around Thailand. The fights were violent, but they were also made by very skilled fighters, not actors who learn how to fight for the movie. There are great fight scenes with real intensity, with realism, even though you can tell sometimes that they are a bit choreographed, but still, it's a great martial arts movie. I recommend it.
My third pick is the first fight scene between Neo and Agent Smith in The Matrix. I think this one is a very interesting mix of both emotional investment and technological wonder.
Mr. Anderson.
Run, Neo, run.
It starts by looking like it's gonna be a chase scene, but then we see Neo turning around to face Agent Smith.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
And you have a Western-like duel with the two facing each other. And then, bam! They start shooting at each other and running at each other. They jump, they meet in the air. You have a bullet time sequence.
You're empty. So are you.
The rest is just good martial arts. And, of course, our concern for the main hero, because apparently he isn't as strong as his rival.
I'm gonna enjoy watching you die.
So you have that investment and interest in the fight. And less CGI as well, because other fight scenes rely too much on CGI, I think.
Yeah, The Matrix is one of my favorite movies of all time, so definitely, yeah, I agree. Alright, now I chose Ip Man. These movies are a bit similar to Onk Bak in the way that they portray a specific culture in a specific time, and the fight scenes are slightly too choreographed for my taste, but these movies are better in every way.
Yeah, Ip Man is one of my favorite martial arts movies, really. And I think it's really worth it, especially if you want to see Donnie Yen just defeating 10 black belts in one amazing fight scene.
Yeah. Here you have less violence, less gore, and it's easier to relate to the characters. The fight scenes are extremely entertaining and very well shot. All in all, the Ip Man movies are a must-watch for any martial arts fan. And Donnie Yen, again, he did an amazing job. You can tell that he's an amazing fighter, he's an amazing master, and you can appreciate that. You can see how good he is, and that makes a really good martial arts movie and really good fighting scenes.
Alright, so my next pick is the fight between Hector and Achilles in the movie Troy. I think that this one is quite heart-wrenching because you don't really want to see any of the two lose. Hector! Yes, Achilles wants revenge for his dead cousin, and he is in better shape. But I always liked how they showed one character that it's just a killing machine, and another who is a great warrior but also a great general and family man. I mean, you have an investment in both of them. Of course, it's quite easy to predict who is gonna die. I mean, it's quite obvious. And he wins the fight because fighting is his entire life. But that is the tragedy of the fight. It's quite clear from the beginning that Hector will lose, but the fight is suspenseful enough for us to hope for a different outcome. And it's interesting enough.
Yes, I agree. This fight scene is really memorable, and the movie in itself is really good. You can see the whole tension clashing together on that fight, and I really enjoyed it because of that. My final pick is going to be Drunken Masters, the movies. This pick was especially tough because I wanted to include Jackie Chan on this list, and I decided to represent him and his style with these movies. They are low budget, not particularly well made, but nonetheless they are captivating. The fight scenes are very well conceived. Jackie Chan is one of the first, if not the first one, to introduce comedy into a martial arts movie that would otherwise be just a violent movie or a drama or something like that. He found a way to broaden the target audience, so that is worth mentioning and that deserves credit. The negative sides of it, I think, is the fight scenes are a bit too choreographed for my taste, again, like the other ones, because I don't really like to see the rhythm and almost like a dance fight. Nonetheless, Jackie Chan is a legend, he's a genius.
I agree. I mean, the main thing that I like about Jackie Chan is his patience and perfectionism. If he wants to do one thing, he has to do it perfectly. And he is willing to wait until that moment happens. My last pick is the fight scene between Michelle Yeoh and Ziyi Yang in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. This fight scene is incredibly good, both for the sheer entertainment of it, but also for developing the relationship between the characters. Z and Michelle are friends, but because Z stole the Green Destiny sword, they have a falling down and this fight ensues. And throughout the fight we see that Michelle still hasn't given up on Z. Because she's clearly the best fighter, even though she doesn't have the best weapon. And that's one big entertaining value of the fight. The diversity of weapons. She uses sabers, spears, batons, swords, and Z on the other hand is relying almost entirely on her sword and is for the most part on the defense. Good choreography and cinematography elevates this to an epic and very elaborate fight that is for sure one of my favorites.
Yes, definitely. This fight, like your other picks, is one of those that everything snowballs into this situation and culminates into this epic fight. And I really enjoy this, and I really love this pick and this movie as well. It's a staple of martial arts movies.
Alright, that's it for us guys. Next time, it's our favorite battles.
And if you know other fight scenes that are really good and worth mentioning, please let us know in the comments below. And yeah, thanks for watching.